So welcome to the class again. We are here with the national income basic concepts, and in this we are going to do the distinction between final goods. Final goods are of two types: consumer goods and capital goods. So I'm not going to put producer goods. Why? Because producer goods has capital goods as well as raw material. Okay, intermediate goods. So here we are just talking about final goods. So for you to see here, it'll take some time, but once you know, it becomes very simple to understand. Let's take consumer goods now. What are consumer goods? These goods are used by their ultimate consumers. And capital goods, these goods are used by the producers as final investment goods. Then for consumer goods, these goods directly satisfy human wants. And if you're talking about the others, capital goods, these goods indirectly satisfy human wants. They do. See, basic idea even of a capital good is to see that the consumers are satisfied. But first, it has to make that product. So they are there to indirectly satisfy human want, the capital goods. These goods may be of four kinds. Rather, these goods could be either consumer durables, semi-durables, single-use goods, and consumer services. But if you're talking about capital goods, they are producer durables. They are producer durables. Talking about wear and tear, well, the wear and tear of consumer durables, we don't have any such thing when put in use, because we don't take this into account while measuring national income. Whereas capital goods, very important, the cost of wear and tear of capital goods has to be deducted from gross national income to obtain the net national income. So we call that depreciation, which we will do later on. And another important thing about this is that there is a trade-off between consumer goods and capital goods. That is, if an economy produces more of capital goods, it is producing less of consumer goods. But more of capital goods are produced now, more will be the productive capacity of the economy in future. In return, a larger volume of consumer goods can be produced in the future. I mean, just looking at it this way, if we just look at it in this way. Like for example, if I say, fan used by a household, what will you call it? A consumer good or a capital good? Yes, a consumer good. If I say fan in a restaurant, what is it? It is a producer good. If I talk about office telephone, then it is a producer good. But if I talk about telephone in a house, it is a consumer good. Suppose if I talk about medicines kept by households, they bought medicines and kept so many medicines at home. Again, that is a consumer good. But if the medicines are kept in a medical store, which means they are there for selling, then that is a producer goods. So, okay, so these are some of the goods. But again, let me just make it very clear. When we talk about producer goods, it entails both capital goods as well as intermediate goods, final goods and intermediate goods. And final goods, we have what is known as capital goods. But when you're talking about consumer goods, it only has, there's no intermediate good in consumer goods. It's there for final use. And these can be durables, semi-durables, etc. But when you're talking about non-durables in the producer goods, then that's raw material. In capital goods, it's only and only what is known as durable goods.